Apparently there have been recent assaults at some Boston schools where students are using city-issued Chromebooks as weapons. At three schools, so between the time of April 28th and May 3rd, at Richard Murphy School in Dorchester, Joyce Kilmer School in West Roxbury, and Boston Latin Academy in Roxbury. So the first one that happened was at Richard Murphy School on April 28th, where a 7th grader was struck in the head and the face with a Chromebook. So they're using that as a weapon, so hitting them. So apparently this was a female student. So the parent, Karen Pham, said the attack left the daughter bloody and so injured that she needed 5 stitches at the hospital. So the daughter was hit pretty hard. On May 2nd, another female student was struck at least 6 times in the head with a Chromebook at Joyce Kilmer School. Apparently attacked by a former friend. And this student was apparently, she was hospitalized due to a concussion, so hit it very hard. So on May 3rd, the day after, apparently a boy was targeted by a girl. On a head over a classroom seat dispute. So they're arguing who gets to sit where. And she got mad and she hit the boy in the head. So with the first incident, apparently the girl, she was resting her head on the desk when she got hit in the head. So that would of course add more to the damage. So apparently the person who did it, some fellow classmates heard the person who attacked the girl thought it was. So apparently as a male student, he thought it was funny. So I think it was just a joke to her, just like hit someone on the head with the laptop. So with the attack on the May 2nd, with when the former friend attacked also the female student. Unfortunately, while the former friend who did it, got suspended for only a few days, and then continued to harass the former friend after returning to school, according to the mother of the student, Solani Guerrero reports. And unfortunately, the school also they failed to report to the Boston Police Department about it, and So with the one on May 3rd, after where the girl hit the boy on the head with the Chromebook on the head due to a classroom seating, and she didn't like it, and so the victim, the boy, his parents had filed a report because the school did not take action for it, and unfortunately, the officer who was responding, unfortunately, he said that he was unable to get information because apparently the school was withholding information from the police to get information about this attack on that boy. So. And apparently, schools in Boston public school district are not allowed to share specific information about the student with the police. Apparently, due to some federal student privacy laws, as outgoing superintendent Brenda Vesalius had explained. Although Brenda Castellius also said law enforcement could appeal to the school department lawyer if information is required. While the school district attorney office said the prosecutors need to have a record to acquire specific information before bringing criminal charges against students. Yet since they did not let they were like the school board literally let report and 3 attacks on these the 2 girls and 1 boy, where the students were the 3 students, each different school, were literally attacking people, the victims, the targets, with a Chromebook. Yet apparently the school is being lazy and they don't care. Which they say the safety of our students and staff is their highest priority. But the BPS policy requires police to be notified whenever there's an imminent risk to the health and safety of staff or students. All incidents involving students' safety require BPS staff to notify parents and or guardians. And in addition, BPS staff work with students and families to create individual safety plans to ensure that our students and staff experience a safe environment. Which is the exact opposite of what they state, because because they're actually supposed to call the police when there's a threat to health and safety, according to Brenda Castellius. Although apparently the school hasn't done anything about it, because apparently at the middle school, the middle school in Boston, apparently a teacher had burns on her face after a student threw a cup of boiling ramen noodles at her. and the principal did not say anything about it and did not report it to the Boston Police Department, which apparently that student was harming a teacher, which is technically an attack, and that would actually be a good reason for the school to report it, but the school was being lazy about it, and the school board has been lazy about it. Which, due to this, the first student, parents, Karen Pham, and her family have hired a lawyer and to sue the school for school board for negligent supervision, and which the lawyer John Peck said, "We are seeking damages from the Boston Public Schools after my client was subject to bullying and threats of violence for months, accumulating in an assault on April 28, 2022. So, that the daughter, the first one who got attacked, so she was a bullying victim and also a target for violence, and the school did not do anything about it. Which also he continues, the school knew of the threats of the violence against my clients. Administrators and teachers knew a student was in danger, and nothing was done to protect her. My client now has a permanent scar on her face because of that inaction. So that the daughter of Karen Pham has a scar on her face after she got attacked when she was like just resting her face on a desk, and then that student literally hit her on the face, in the head. So, due to reports showing, the Boston Police Department reported a total of 795 school incidents from the recent current school year in March. During the 2019-2020 school year, they responded to 951 cases. So it shows that that Boston Public School District School Board has been lazy. They do not care about their students. And unfortunately, this has been too common these days with schools. According to the Boston Globe, reports that declined the number of the significant by that school officials are not consistently contacted the police to report incidents. Additionally, officers patrolling schools have been replaced by safety specialists with no arrest power since September 2021, which can also play a role in this decline. So many students having to deal with bullying, attacks, violence, threats, and yet the Boston School Board did nothing to do something about it. Unfortunately, all of these are from Asian American students, and this is just unfortunate. And not only that, schools are supposed to report bullying and any other form of action, but They will continuously say bullying is bad, do not bully, talk to a teacher, we'll do something about it, yet it never gets resolved. So there's a little small chance that actually something gets done about it. And unfortunately, over in Boston, students are suffering because of lack of safety of students and also teachers. Unfortunately, for that teacher who got and boiling hot water in her face, and she could she could get scalded in her face, and no, that which is like a hot water burn. Now the Boston school board is at fault for this. And not only that, this should be reported to the police right away. So, see any reports like this, please contact the police, and also if in this case someone who is working for the school should report it, and they need to do a better job about it. Asian students, they need to also get protection, because also they're being targeted by racism too, not just the black students or the Latinos. And the natives. So let's just hope something is done about schools and school safety, and also bullying. And all schools need to do this internationally, and especially in North America, where there's a lot of neglect. They need to work on it.